Hello, my name is Matthew Krause, and I am a business systems consultant with Opal Business Solutions. And today, we will be looking at creating a new bank account in Business Central. Now, to get to the bank account screen, you can either select it under the Finance dropdown or the Universal Search Bar, which you can also search for in the top right corner here. And you can type in bank accounts. Once you go to bank accounts, you can see any ones you have already created. But for this example, I'm going to create a new bank account. We'll call this Test Bank. Test Bank. And then here is where you want to put in your bank branch number and account number. So for the purposes of this demo, we're just going to put in a sample bank branch number and a sample bank account number. Now, after you put in the branch and account number, you also want to fill in, or at least you're encouraged to fill in some additional information about your bank account, such as address, phone number, the city, state, zip code, the email, which is very important in case you wish to have some email associated with that bank account. Under the posting settings, which I just expanded here, you'll want to fill in information such as the last check number, if that bank account has current checks outstanding. If you enable email remittances, you can also have the last remittance advice number here and the last statement as well, depending on how often you run statements and send them out to people. Now, another section we can look at is under the transfer section. You'll find the multiple fields that will allow you to put in values if in case you want to do a electronic payment reconcile document. If you want to pay via EFT or ACH, you can set that up on a test bank or on your bank account card by going down to here and making sure that you have an ePay export file name put in here, as well as making sure that you have the right format number set up, as well as a transit number. So you'll need to make sure all this is set up for your bank account prior to enabling any ACH or EFT functionality with your bank account. But once you put in the minimum fields, you can hit the back button and you can see your new bank account has been created. Now, for purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to look at this ACH bank account, and we can get a better idea of what the EFT ACH setup looks like for a bank account. Now, some things to notice on this currently used bank account. It does have these posting fields filled in. Now, once you fill in these fields once, the number will automatically generate once there's another check or statement created. There's been a few remittance tests in this company with this bank account, so that's why this number is at 5. If we scroll down here, we can see that for the electronic payment export, we have this export format set to US. We have our file name here, as well as our transit number, which is equivalent to the bank's routing number, as well as the export format for how the bank file will come out in what style. Because many banks, once you export a bank file, you need to upload it to their site, and you'll need to make sure it matches the format of with their bank specifications for ACH files. So that's something that can be configured inside of Business Central. But to do that first, you need to make sure you have your bank account set up correctly so that when you do generate that file, it can be in the correct format. And then these files can be adjusted and can be customized to match what your bank specifications are exactly. And that's something that Opal Business Solutions can certainly help you with. Now, a few other things that we can look at from this bank account card. If we scroll up here, we can look at the top page here. You can see that you can view from within the bank account card itself, anything associated with that bank account. So, for example, you can look at statements associated with that bank account. You can view the ones that are posted. You could look at ledger entries that are associated with this bank account. You can also look at any specific dimensions that might be assigned to the bank account. You can also run a trial balance or go straight to your payment journals after you created a bank account or modified a bank account to then start using it right away. You can also link directly to an online bank account, and that's something that can also be done through the platform. It requires a little bit more setup, but we can walk through that in another video. You can also set up a positive pay export file if that's something your company would use. But I'm going to look at the ledger entries here for this bank account, and we can see that there were two $200 ACH transactions that were done with this bank account. And then you can easily zoom in on these transactions and see kind of what made them up and if there were additional entries. So right here, we can see by hitting find entries on this line, we can view the related entries that got posted when this got posted, and we can see that there was one bank account ledger entry posted here. So if I click on this one, I can open up the details for it and see the entry number as long as some other information for that transaction. And another thing that's also useful is that you can also reverse any transactions from this screen if there was one that was made erroneously. So if I hit the back button one more time, we're back to the bank account card where we can make any adjustments necessary or go straight to our cash receipt journals or payment journals. There is a lot that you can do within Business Central in creating a bank account. And I hope you learned something today, and Opal Business Solutions would be happy to help you out if you have any questions. Thank you.